How you all doing, guys? Brandon here from Retro Dodo. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. And this video today has been highly requested. If you're new to the channel, I unbox a ton of fake games consoles from around the web. I created a series called What the Fake on it. And I thought today I'd just do the big ultimate one and get in the top 10 worst fake consoles I have found so far. So these can range from anywhere from $50 all the way down to 10. So they're reasonably priced, but I can assure you they are awful. So let's just jump straight in with number 10, which is a fake PS4 Pro. This is it. This is called not the PS4 Pro, the GS4 Pro. And as you can tell, they've taken the design, they've taken the visuals of the box to a whole other level, and this thing is powered by Alien as well. So if you wanted to know who made it, apparently it was an alien. So, this is a complete rip-off without a doubt. On the sides, it says one console, two controllers, one adapter, and one AV cable. And as you can imagine, we don't really get these over in the UK, these fake consoles. One, because they're completely illegal, and two, nobody's gonna buy it. But you can find these in the links below if you really want to pick it up for a friend or, just a funny gift for birthday or Christmas present. So this is the box you get. I've played around with it in the past, and here it is. Here is your fake PS4 Pro, and as you can imagine, the packaging is pretty bloody awful. So this is what you get. You get the console itself, which isn't the same size as the PlayStation 4 Pro. If anything, it's a lot slimmer, like it's the size of my hand. You get your terrible controller here, which is made out of awful plastic, and it's only about, a meter long. So if you really wanted to play this on your couch from your TV, you can't. And you get your adapter here, which, fair play, they did give me a UK adapter, which a lot of these don't. Now, you're seeing some gameplay on your screen now, and as you can imagine, it's not PlayStation. This is what we call a Famiclone. So as you can see here, if I slide this top, you have a Famicom cartridge in here. Now, legally, they can put these in. Something with Nintendo, they didn't license it or something, which allows these companies to put in cartridge slots. So if you do have a Famicom cartridge, you can put it in here and play on the terrible controller if you want to. But if you just plug it into your TV, you will get this menu and you'll get some terrible games. But you do have like your classic Super Mario on there. But I can assure you these games are not high quality at all. You will get screen tearing, you will get glitches, and you will get a ton of replicas. So that's a quick look at number 10 on our list, the PS4 Pro. Number 9 is this. If I zoom in, this is a fake Game Boy Pocket. Now, this one's actually broken because I've had it for well over a year now, but a lot of companies in China will make Game Boy replicas. You've got the Game Boy Color, also known as the GB Boy, which was actually really, really good. You've got this one, which is the Game Boy Pocket. Now, all it does is quite simply just play original Game Boy cartridges. So if you do have a crappy Game Boy lying around, you want to get something different, you can pick this up, but they are $30. So you could get a real Game Boy Pocket for that price. It might not be minty condition, but it will be able to play Game Boy cartridges. So this is just a Game Boy Pocket clone called the GB Boy Pocket, and it just simply plays your Game Boy Advance cartridges, and it looks identical to the Game Boy Pocket. Now this one is broken, but on your screen is going to be footage of me playing it a year and a half ago. Now it's not great, it's not bad, it just plays your Game Boy games. The buttons are incredibly cheap, and it's just a cheaper version of Nintendo's Game Boy Pocket. So this one's coming in at number 9. I'm running through these quite quickly because there ain't much to talk about this. It's just a fake Game Boy Pocket, same screen, and it's just the same. So this is the Game Boy Pocket that you can pick up for $30 if need be. I advise picking up the real one. And next up has to be a fake Xbox, also known as the Rodrigo. And you'll see a theme here. These are incredibly cheap consoles that I can get from China, Brazil, Taiwan, you know, and the packaging is awful. Again, you know, here they have it. They've obviously replicated the original Xbox with the huge X on here. They've added in some sports cars and explosions and hoping that people will buy it. But you can imagine this in a toy shop in Brazil or something. And this one cost $20, and apparently it comes with 10 million games. So here's the box that you'll get. Let's open it up, and I can assure you, you probably won't be impressed, but here you have it. Your fake Xbox. Now, again, you're seeing a trend with the controllers. It just seems like they can pump out these controllers incredibly cheap, and they'll just stick it against these cheap consoles. And as you can see here, oh my god, it's got the X on the top, it's got the grill on the front, you've got your controller ports, you've got, like, it came with this, all these scratches, you know, you're not getting top quality stuff here. It's got feet which are just, you know, holes for the screws. On the back, your AV and your power. And again, because it's a Fama clone, this will open up and you've got your Famicom cartridge in here. And, you know, I don't know if I put that in there or if that's came with it. You've got your power on and your reset button. Now, the funny thing with this is that in the menu, this came with apparently 10 million games. I know. And what they do is they just replicate 80 terrible games, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of times, and claim that it's 10 million games. They're not wrong, it is, but it's just 80 replicated. So you're not getting your 10 million at all. And this thing is damn right awful. It can't play many of their games correctly. The audio's really bad. And again, it's just, you know, copy and paste those terrible Chinese games that they have, you know, licensed for onto a terrible little console and hoping that people will buy it because it looks like an Xbox. So there you have it. The clone Xbox. I wouldn't even call this a clone. They've just ripped off the design here. Like, look at that. That is not good at all. So there you have it. A fake Xbox from China. Next up is one you've definitely heard of, and it is the Soldier game, also known as the fake PS Vita. And if I zoom in here, you can see that this thing is 100% ripping off a PlayStation Vita. And to be fair, it looks pretty good in terms of replicating Sony's handheld here. Now, I'm hoping this has battery. I'm very unprepared. Of course it does. And if you don't know, Soulja Boy the rapper created a website and created games consoles that basically were fake versions. Like, this is it. This is what Soulja Boy was selling, and it is just absolutely awful. It comes with Super Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Dragon Ball Z, Tekken, and he was doing it 100% illegally. He was basically going to China, and you can pick this up for $30. I've seen it for $15, and he was selling it upwards of $60 to $80, and his commission on it must have been absolutely huge. But in terms of, like, you know, fakeness, like, this looks pretty good. It's even got these like square, triangle, and X illustrations on the back. It's got a shitty camera if you want that. And, you know, it can play your games. And because it's got a TF card slot, it can actually play some of your ROMs as well. So if you have Game Boy ROMs and stuff like that, you can plug it in and it will play them. And I'm not saying it plays them well. If anything, plays them very, very badly. You're going to get screen tearing and some of the games aren't going to work. And the screen on this is just absolutely awful. The viewing angles aren't good. Like, look at that. Oh, that ain't good at all. And it's about to die on me. So there you have it, a fake PS Vita for $30. Makes a cool little gift though, you know. You could tell your friend you're picking him up a games console and come out with one of these, and that's going to be funny. So there you have it, the fake PS Vita. And I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just making a hissing noise. It's just awful quality. You don't want it. So probably my favorite fake console in terms of how hard they tried to replicate it is this one. This is the Wii Sports, and obviously a rip-off of Nintendo Wii. And to be fair, they've done a cracking job. It doesn't even emulate. The games that it plays are bloody awful. But in terms of packaging and design, like even on the back, you know, it tells you everything you need to know, what games it comes with. It comes with a ton of Olympic games, sports games, racing games, music games, and you can betcha that this thing has even tried to use the motion controls. And it does, like, look at this. This has been boxed for so long, but it's actually hilarious what they've done here. So you've got your Wiimote or remote here. It's even got the lanyard. It doesn't have a button at the back, but it's even got accessories. So if you want to play ping pong, chuck that on there and you can play ping pong. Or if you want to play tennis, you chuck this on here, the little tennis racket, bam. You've got a tennis racket there that you can play some of your sports games with. Now, the controller does work. I've tested it, but it doesn't work well at all. Now, here's the console, and look at it, guys. They've done a pretty cool job. Like, this is so terrible that it's almost worthy of being, like, placed on show. It's got a bit of weight to it, you know. You chuck in your AV cable. Now, sometimes, like, there's something in here, and from what I can tell, again, it's a Famicom cartridge. But because these are actually quite rare, I think I paid like $50 for this. I don't want to open that up and break it, because this, as bad as it sounds, this might be worth some money in like 10 years time because how awfully terrible it is. But there you have the fake Wii Sports, or the fake Wii, that can play some weird sports games with motion controls. And you know, it's a worthy pickup if you're into your fake consoles. And I can imagine a lot of parents got tricked by this back in the day if they were looking to buy a real Wii. But, you know, the Nintendo Wii is just damn right awful, and it's deserved to be in this video because it looks great. Fair play to whoever made this. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you will know I'm a big fan of Game Boys. So this here is a fake Game Boy Advance that, you know, is terrible, but again, it's a pretty good clone. Look at this. So they've called this the Game Boys. Not very innovative, I'll give them that. In the box, you get your standard charging cable and AV cable, should you want to plug this into your TV. But hey ho, the packaging again is your standard Chinese packaging, nothing special, but it does come with, you know, some details on it. And I'm not sure how they get away with this, because I know Nintendo are very strict when it comes to their Game Boys and stuff, but you know, like, it's the same size. Admittedly, it doesn't use the exact same shell as the Game Boy, but it's a damn decent clone, and I'm hoping there'll be some power on here. Probably not, because it's been in my cupboard for like a year. Okay, no battery, but there will be some footage on your screen now of it powered up. And again, it's just a bunch of terrible games on here, and it can't play cartridges, unlike the Game Boy Pocket. So you're buying this just for the games that come pre-built, and it's not many. It's probably about 100 that they've replicated again, and you might be able to get Super Mario on here, but all the other games that are playable on here are unknown games, just random Chinese games that they've made to play on little handhelds. But in terms of like size and replication of the classic Game Boy, I've only just realized this as well. You probably can't see this, but down here, if it wants to focus, it probably doesn't. It says off and then no. Not on, no and off. My lord, that is something else. But you know, feels and looks great, just like the Game Boy, if you wanted to trick a friend that you got a Game Boy Advance for them this Christmas. So there's the Game Boy's Advance. And this cost me $20. And the funny thing about this is that Amazon are actually selling this. So Amazon are selling fake Game Boys should you want one. Again, links below. So next on the list is this. This is again another rare console. For some reason people want this, and it took me a while to find this one. So this is called the Mini Polystation 2001, obviously ripping off the PlayStation 2. But as you can tell, this is slightly different for a number of the reasons. Look at this thing. If you haven't seen our video, you're gonna absolutely love this. So here is the console itself, and you can play games in this format because it's kind of weird. So you can 100% tell that they have ripped off the PlayStation 2 here. They've even tried, you know, sneaking in the PS2 logo here with the rest of the sentence in small, like Times New Roman or something. You've got your like memory card, your controller slots here. They don't work. You've got your USB slots, and you know, you can stand this up should you want, but the real game is in here. This is where you play your games on this tiny little screen, and I'm 100% sure it's just Tetris. And you can't plug in a controller, but you do get this mini controller here that's hidden in the back compartment. I won't put that in. And if I press, I'm hoping it will turn on. I'm not 100% sure. No, start, volume. Is there even any batteries in there? No batteries in there, but on your screen now you are seeing some of the gameplay, and it's basically just Tetris on this tiny little like fake PlayStation. I love it. Like, this thing is adorable. Look at it. Imagine that on show. People are going to be like, what the hell? But without doubt, one of the rarer and more popular fake consoles on here, the Mini Polystation, is definitely one that people want to get hold of because it's, I don't know why really. I spent quite a bit of money on getting it as well. But yeah, there you have it. A fake PS2 handheld version, I guess. You can technically play this on the go. So there you have it, the fake PlayStation 2 called the Mini Polystation 2001. Now, we've had the Game Boy Pocket, we've had the Game Boy Advance, and the more popular one that a lot of you do like is the Game Boy Advance SP. Now, this is another legit clone made in Russia called the Game Box, and like the Game Boy Pocket, all it can do is play Game Boy Advance cartridges. So here it is. This is the fake Game Boy Advance, and it is a solid clone. Like, this thing looks identical to the old Game Boy Advance SP in a lot of ways. It can play Game Boy Advance cartridges, and the screen is pretty bright too. I don't know if there's any power in here. There is some power. Like, you can see that. The screen, so for those of you that are like new to your Game Boy Advance SPs, there's the old version SP, which doesn't really have a backlit. It does, but it's not too good. And then you get the Game Boy Advance SP, I think they call it the 101, which has a backlit screen. So you're going to get a screen like this. But for those of you that don't have the new one, this is actually an upgrade of the old SP because of the backlit screen. But again, the buttons are cheap, the feedback's a bit weird, and it can only play Game Boy Advance games, not Game Boy cartridges. So you can't put in your big original Game Boy cartridges, just your Game Boy Advance ones. But battery life's good, screen is great, and you know what? Like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But again, this one comes in at $50. So more expensive than original SP. So do you buy an original one with a few scratches maybe, or do you buy a new game box here? I'd go with the original because it can play Game Boy cartridges. So there you have it, a fake Game Boy Advance SP clone, which I kind of dig. Good quality, can play your advanced games, but not worthy of the $50 price tag. So number 2, this is in no particular order, by the way. These are just scattered, so I'm not saying this is the second best. This is actually far from it, probably one of the worst out of the bunch. And it is the Fun Game 3, also known as the fake PlayStation 3. And again, you're going to see a trend here because I don't... Oh my god, that's a gun. I totally forgot about that. So this one... this one comes with a gun. Obviously a fake plastic gun. It can if you connect it to a normal TV, you can play Duck Hunt on this thing. If you've got a HD TV, this will not work. But again, comes with a gun, and you get your traditional fake, terrible PlayStation controllers here. And this is the console, sorry. And as you can tell, it's ripping off the PlayStation 3's design. You've got your ports at the front, you reset your power on button, but deep inside is just another terrible fake Chinese console that can play your Famicom cartridge should you want it in here, and it comes with 100 games or so, but they are the same games that you'll find on the fake Xbox and the fake PlayStation 4 Pro. It's just the same crap on a different shell that looks like a different console with different packaging. So this one cost me $10, so it's not bad. You know, it's the cheapest one on the list, but again, it's just cheap plastic, terrible gameplay, the controllers are bad, and it comes with a gun that doesn't work on traditional HD TVs, which is a bit of a shame. But you know, it plays some games for $10. You decide. And last but not least on the list, and probably one of the most popular fake consoles in terms of how many people buy them, is this. This is the fake PlayStation 1 original, and from what I can tell from my history of researching these consoles, is these are the ones that sell the most. I don't know if it's because they're cheaper to make, etc. I haven't actually opened this one up. This is just another one. I think I've got like 3 or 4 fake PlayStation 1s. They're all the same. They're just different packaging and maybe a logo stamped on top of them. And like the previous one, it's just going to be fake Chinese games on here. Maybe we have... Oh, this is a thick boy. All right. This one's thick. So as you can tell, I haven't opened this one up. But, oh, it comes with a HDMI slot. That's new. Does this open? This doesn't open. Power. The controller. Is it... It's just your typical... So these are definitely getting an upgrade. So it's not like the previous one controllers that we've seen. This one actually has different colored buttons. It's bigger. You've got shoulder buttons on this. Okay, so this is, and these are rubberized. All right, so this is definitely an upgrade. What do we have here? You get your power adapter. It even comes with an adapter, your HDMI. All right, so this has definitely got an upgrade, but again, it's going to be your typical fake games on here that's just put in a different shell. But this one has a, oh, okay. So this one's got a TF card slot. You might even be able to put in your own games on here. What does it say? What does it say? 628 built-in games, non-repeatable. They're learning here. The others have been just like, yeah, 10 million. What's up? Supports normal voltage, 20 built-in. So it has 628 8-bit games built in, non-repeatable, then 20 built-in classic endurance 16-bit games. All right, you know, like, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be those terrible games, but it's called the Oiny one, not even the Sony one, the LB Game Station. Like, this thing, you know, it is low quality. It's your typical fake console shell. Now, I can't wait to see if China start trying to, you know, fake the bigger consoles like the Nintendo Switch, which they have done. I've got a couple on my channel. I've got one more coming as well. They're just trying to rip anything they can, which I kind of enjoy, but none of them have got decent. The only real decent ones, and I won't class them as fake, are the retro handhelds like the Retro Game 350 or the BitBoy, which we have also covered on the channel. They are superb handhelds, and they will play all of your emulators and ROMs on a portable handheld with great build quality. And such build quality that if Sony or Nintendo were to put their logo on it, I'd believe it. So these are your worst consoles out there. I could possibly do the best fake consoles if you enjoyed this video, so let me know on Twitter or in the comments below if you'd like me to do like the actual best fake consoles that you could buy and actually enjoy. But these are by far the worst ones. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed checking out these fake consoles with me. If you did, please do hit subscribe. I'm constantly finding new fake consoles and decent new retro consoles to review. So please do subscribe. If not, I hope to see you around in the next video. Peace.